Now, the markets all over the world have been crashing quite sharply, and this comes after the tariff increase from the United States of America into various countries, including our very own South Africa. I mean, you will know that South Africa was hit by 30% tariff increase this week onto all of our exports. Of course, it still excludes the AGOA products, but all the others, the minerals, the gold that we are taking, are going to be hit with 30% increase. And this is primarily because the President of the United States said that there's been some deficit on the two-way trades between South Africa and United States of America, the trade imbalances, and they are trying to do, or all they are trying to do is to give a balance onto the trade between the countries, which this apparently, according to Bloomberg, it's expected to generate America $700 billion dollars. It's supposed to unlock $700 billion on America's economy, which is something that obviously is good for them, but for us, it's not good. I think the approach is honestly it's wrong, right? Because countries, honestly, right now there's going to be a lot of economic backlog. People are going to lose jobs because these products that we've been exporting to the United States of America, they are not going to do that well, and therefore the demand for these products into the United States of America, they won't need as much because the demand is going to be compromised. We might, United States of America's local products are going to be the ones in demand because people are going to opt to buy those products. This is something that is not good, man. And whilst us or South Africa is not the only country that faced this tariff increase, China faced 34%, and they've already retaliated back at the United States of America with the same 34% tariffs. And President Trump has come out and said that China has panicked and it will only cause them more harm. He was responding to the tariff, or the 34% tariff that China slapped the United States of America back with. But we all know that China had prepared a massive stimulus for this. If you remember, sometime last year, October, November of last year, China prepared $1.4 trillion of stimulus, and part of the money, or part of the reason why that stimulus was so massive, it was because they were preparing for things like this that could happen under the Trump administration. That's what they said, and that's one thing that the United States of America is forgetting. I mean, South Africa, if there's one thing that is leading into us being punished by the United States of America, is of course our relations with China. China, you will know that it is our top trading partner. I mean, the two-way trade between South Africa and China last year went over $50 billion. And this, my friends, is something that obviously America doesn't like. It's not liking. And our relationship with China, it's benefiting both countries, which is why we are able to have a two-way trade of this high. And the trade imbalances between this two-way trade, I'm telling you, it's very, very insignificant. Can tell you now that our exports were worth over $25 billion going to China last year, which shows that the trade imbalances are not that bad. But obviously, the trade imbalances between South Africa and the United States of America is 8 to 14 billion dollars, I think. And whilst exports from the US to South Africa were around 7-8 billion dollars, and that difference, the trade imbalance, is what is leading America into imposing these 30% tariffs. But something that the United States of America doesn't realize is obviously some of these things are not that there is these massive trade imbalances, because obviously America is a developed country, right? And that obviously simply means that some of the products that they are sending to us, we might not need as much, right? Because we are still a developing country, meaning that even the exports, the stuff that we'll be getting from them will still be limited, right? Because even in when it comes to technology, our country is not yet advanced or onto a stage where America is currently at the moment, and this does have an impact on what we export or what the United States of America exports to South Africa. We are not receiving a lot of high tech, but obviously America needs our gold. America needs our precious metals, right? America needs our agricultural products. And these are some of the reasons why you see trade balances. But obviously, Trump is saying no, this must be fixed. And the way to fix this is to increase tariff of 30% into South Africa, all the exports from South Africa, so that at least America can go and generate that figure, or the 14-16 billion dollars that South Africa is generating when they are exporting their products into the United States of America. Which, yeah, that's what is happening. But we have not seen a retaliation from South Africa, though people are saying or urging or asking, why is South Africa not retaliating? Like the same way we are seeing China retaliating, why is South Africa not retaliating? Because with South Africa, this is not the story that started now. We have been sanctioned, we have been receiving suspensions of funding from the United States of America. Now we got 30% of tariffs, and all we do is just to relax and watch America do as they please. People are worried about this, and they are saying, why is the government not responding? Why are we not responding back to Trump with tariffs also? But again, let's wait, let's see what happens. But this is what at the moment is currently taking place. China is the one country that has been fighting, but has retaliated so back to the United States of America, making them to taste their own medicine of tariffs, which Trump, like I said, he commented and said they panicked. I mean, one of the primary purposes that made America to impose 34% tariffs onto China is, of course, they want to make or force China to sell majority stake of TikTok. They want TikTok, and unfortunately China said their TikTok is not for sale, and this is making America to be angry, right? I mean, after the tariffs, the United States of America, President Donald Trump highlighted that with these tariffs they will be able to maybe strike a deal with on TikTok that could bring down, or that could make them ease the tariffs to China, which China rejecting that offer, something that's just going to continue making back and forth. And these trade tensions, trade wars, are going to still continue. Markets, like I said, are not doing that well. Top 40 all share, they finish all down so bad. I think it was 5%, but I think I'll just do a video talking about that maybe tomorrow. Then we talk about the markets, the SA markets. Otherwise, let me end this one here today. I'll see you on the next one. Share, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. China has got our back. China is responding on our behalf, and hopefully this makes the US slows down, toned down in terms of the tariffs that they're imposing onto various countries, including our own South Africa. I will see you on the next one, and God bless you all.